Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition on the PC. Last time we spent, the whole video started creating our character. And I actually went back and recreated my character. I think it's perfectly reasonable. We could have gone through and beaten the whole game with the character we had created, but I read some more discussions about solo sorcerer and stuff, and I just tweaked a few things. Primarily stats. Dexterity. Well, for one, I switched to an elf instead of a human. It's really a relatively minor thing. Like I said, you could go either way. But an elf lets you get a 19 dexterity, and a dexterity is apparently pretty good for armor class, which obviously we're going to be getting attack quite a bit playing solo. So for a solo sorcerer, high dex is pretty nice to have. Also, for constitution, you don't actually need an 18 con. For spellcasters, anything over a 16 is useless. It doesn't change anything. So 16 is all you need. Intelligence I dropped down to 11. The only reason, I guess, we care about intelligence at all is due to mind flayers. Whenever mind flayers hit you, they drain 5 intelligence. And if you hit 0 intelligence, you die. So 10 or lower intelligence is pretty bad. 11 allows us to take 2 hits and still be standing. Obviously, we could put more points into that and survive an extra hit, but 11 is what we're going to go with. And then we kept our 18 wisdom, which is really only matters for like 2 spells, the wish spells. So overall stats don't matter that much in this game. All we really care about, for the most part, is dex and con. Wisdom just for the wish spell, which is apparently pretty powerful. So I switched that up a little bit, and then of course there was spells. I don't know how much changed. I dropped stuff like Find Familiar, which is apparently useless on a sorcerer. So level 1's pretty similar. We've got Sleep, we got Spook. Level 2, I misread the guy suggested. I had originally taken Web here instead of Knock, but he said if you're soloing, take Knock instead of Web. So we have Knock now, which is good. We can unlock stuff. Level 3, same stuff. Minute Meteors and Skull Trap. A lot of discussion about what spells to take as a solo sorcerer, what attributes to have, all sorts of discussions and arguments. I mean, I doubt I went that deep into it when I beat the game last time. So it doesn't matter too much, but some things might be harder or easier depending on what you're doing. But let's get into the actual gameplay. So, first things first, and that is going to be kicking out Imoen. Like I said, we're doing this solo, so I don't want any...
That's gratitude for you. You aren't going to abandon me here, are you? We have to stay together. I feel it.
If we split up, it will be easier for us to sneak out of here. I guess that makes sense, but it feels wrong. My head hurts more when we split up. I guess I'll manage. I'm not going to let the dagger get me. Alright, and there are 2 other companions that you can free over in these cages. That's Minsk, who has the hamster, Boo, the space hamster. Great character, but we're going solo, and that's Jaheira. So, first, we can wander over into this room. We have a golem, who we could actually probably kill with Melf's Minute Meteors if we want to give it a try. I don't know if they have the same buttons for quick saving. Oh, it's just Q, is it? Okay. So we'll cast Melf's Minute Meteors. See, we now have 7 of these equipped. And we can just start blasting. Okay.
To battle and victory. Dangerous mistake. Mistake. Dangerous mistake.
It seems to be immune to if I cast Skull Trap. Oh, magic resistance. The reason why Melf's Minute Meteors works. Golems in general have a lot of resistances and immunities to like mundane weapons and things like that. Melf's Minute Meteors count as magic weapons, like +5, I guess. So I don't know if we can kill it without Melf's Minute Meteors. Oh, okay. We just quick load. I just want to try this. They should get pretty good XP if we actually do kill them. You'll notice it says
It shall be.
I actually want to lower sounds a bit more. I always feel like I'm shouting. It's actually immune to the main damage portion of these meteors, but it's taking the extra fire damage. Should be able to expand this.
Dangerous mistake.
It's possible we can't. We don't have the exact amount of firepower. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to see if we could kill him. Pretty damn close. So let's take our quarterstaff. We apparently can use bucklers, I believe, because of the tweaks. We have a locked thing. I believe this is trapped. We can't detect traps. It was trapped. We're taking poison damage.
I require assistance with my wounds.
Where are you going?
My casting. I require assistance with my wounds.
Die.
Oh!
There you go. Quick
It
load.
shall be.
Alright, I won't bother trying to kill the golem. We'll move on.
My casting has been interrupted.
Yeah, that sucks. If the poison tick hits you in the middle of casting, it'll end it.
My casting is. I require
Fuck.
assistance with my wounds.
There you go. So, yeah. Normally there are some restrictions on resting. Not here, but in some places you can't actually rest willy-nilly. Sometimes you can rest, but there are chances to be attacked by enemies during the middle of your rest. And sometimes you can just rest as much as you want. This is sort of the most cheesy thing in general that's going to happen. Because when we rest, we get all our spells back, which is very nice. And we'll also automatically cast any of our healing spells on us to fully heal us. So when we rest, we fully heal. So we were poisoned. If we had done nothing, we would have died. But by resting, we're fine. So yeah, let's move on then. Let's equip our quarterstaff. I don't actually have a huge amount of experience with Enhanced Edition. So it's going to be a little new to me. I just don't... How do you make this bigger? I don't know. In the old days, there was just like a button.
Yes?
I don't know. Obviously, it's way too small. What do I even call this? Resize dialog box. Combat feedback option. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's much better. Okay. The bodies of several black-hooded thieves litter the hallways, slaughtered by a massive release of magical energy. From the distant explosions that you can still hear, it seems as if whatever battle killed these men still rages. Alright, so we have this machine that creates these methods. We actually already leveled up. So the gameplay is more akin to like Pillars of Eternity than like Divinity 1 and 2. It's not turn-based. It's not designed for turn-based or anything like that. You can have it auto-pause at the end of each combat round, which is as close as you can get. But otherwise, you can just manually pause with spacebar, and you can queue up actions. Like, you can queue up one action for when you unpause. So let's hit him with a little bit of that acid air. Okay. There we go. Magic missile. And that's the end of that combat. Now, like I said, we leveled up, and notably, you don't start Baldur's Gate 2 at level 1. So there are a lot of spell effects that were based on your level, like at level 1, or you get +1 missile per whatever level, you know, things like that. You start at level 7 because you're meant to be the same character from Baldur's Gate 1. It wouldn't make sense if you were level 1. You did all those adventures. I mean, it doesn't really make sense you're level 7 only, but okay, it's a compromise. So you start at level 7, and your first level obviously comes very quickly, so we're going to be 8 already. We get one more level 3 spell per day, and we get 3 new level 4 spells along with some more HP. So we get to pick our 1 level 4 spell that we can cast 3 times per day. So we get to talk about more spells. Confusion. AoE Confusion. They either go berserk, stand confused, or wander about for the duration of the spell. So it's another sort of just AoE fuck up that doesn't do damage. Contagion, single target, strength, dex, charisma are reduced by 2, and they're slowed. Motion hopelessness. AoE fuck them up. They just sort of, it's sort of like sleep. I mean, It's not a spell I've ever used, so it's hard to say. Enchanted weapon. You buff a target, their weapon becomes a +3. Just for the purposes of determining what they can hit. So it doesn't actually give you +3 to your attacks, but like I said, like golems and stuff, they might not be able to be hit by something with only a +1 or +2. So this would allow you to hit them even if you don't have a +3 weapon. Farsight lets you view part of the map that you haven't been to. Fire Shield Blue and Fire Shield Red. These work for cold resistance and fire resistance. They also do damage to anyone that attacks you. Greater Malazan. -4 saving throw penalty to every creature in a 15-foot radius. Which, considering a lot of effects you're going to do are based around saving throws, it's not a bad idea. Ice Storm, basically Blizzard from like Warcraft. Big radius, 2d8 each round for 4 rounds. So you can do a lot of fucking damage with Ice Storm. Improved invisibility. Is a lot like invisibility, but you can still attack and remain invisible, which is awesome. Minor Globe of Invulnerability. This protects you from 1st, 2nd, 3rd level spells. Yeah. Minor Sequencer. So there's a few sequencing spells in the game. These allow you to store up a few spells, a number of spells based on the level of the sequencer, and then they all cast at once. So for Minor Sequencer, you can store 2 spells in them and then rocking them off at the same time. There's also some, it's like contingencies and stuff, where you can have spells queued up that activate when a contingency happens that you determine. Like whenever you see an enemy, it might auto summon something, things like that. You have to set these up so they require a bit of effort rather than just point and click, but very handy to use as it lets you basically just get more done in a shorter amount of time. Monster Summoning 2, again, just more summons. Otiluk's Resilient Sphere. So you cast this on a target, and it's basically like a stasis thing. They can't do anything, and they can't be affected by anything. So it just removes them from the fight for 1 turn. Polymorph Other. This is sort of like Polymorph from World of Warcraft. They turn into a squirrel unless they save. So squirrels are pretty easily killed. Polymorph Self does not turn you into a squirrel. It turns you into something more badass, like a troll or an ogre or a spider. Not a troll, but an ogre, spider, mustard jelly, brown bear, blah, blah, blah. Remove Curse. It removes curses. Secret Word dispels 1 spell protection of 8th level or lower, such as Globe of Invulnerability, Spell Deflection, Spell Immunity. 8th level or lower, it's pretty good. Spider Spawn. Spawn spiders. That's what it does. Nothing more to say. Spirit Armor. Dex bonuses. AC is set to 1 as if he was wearing full plate, and a +3 bonus to save versus spell. However, when the spell runs out, take 2d4 points of damage unless you save versus spells. Stone Skin. Obviously, another defensive buff. Instead of modifying your armor class, it's more like Mirror Image, where you get like layers of this stone skin and they absorb hits. I like the spell. I don't know how highly recommended it is, but I like it. Teleport Field. Wizard instigates a teleportation effect that randomly teleports all enemies in this area for the duration of the spell. Yeah, it just randomly teleports enemies. It's okay, I guess. Wizard Eye. It's sort of like an Eye of Kilrog. Yeah. So I'll look up what they recommend, what people recommend, but if I had to just pick one, I would say Greater Malizin's good, Ice Storm's good, Minor Sequencer good, and Stone Skin good. Let's see what they say. Yeah, Stone Skin seems to be highly recommended by everyone. All right, good. I'm not too far off with my thoughts then. Stone Skin. Good, that's very good. So defensively, we're pretty good. And let's rest. Let's cast some Stone Skin. Mangg, welcome. You have escaped somewhat later than I had hoped. I am Atakwa. You have my welcome to my little piece of this place. I do so try to keep it more appealing than the rest. My thanks. How is it you know my name? What is going on here? Your name is well known amongst those who watch. Your life's thread is bright indeed, though in your path lies many a dark and frayed end. As to easing your mind in answering such questions as those that surely plague you, it is not my place to do so. I am sorry. Then of what use can you be to me? Such assistance as you will get from me depends on yourself. Are you prepared to answer a question? I will answer your question if it leads to you making some sense. Then here is my hypothetical question. You and your sibling are captured and locked in separate cells, unable to communicate. The mage responsible appears and speaks. He explains his sadistic game. In each cell there is a magical button. If you press your button and your sibling does not, you will die, but your sibling is free. If your sibling presses the button and you do not, they will die, but you will go free. If neither you nor your sibling presses the buttons, both of you will die. If both of you press your respective buttons, both of you will die. The mage says that you have one turn of the hourglass to decide your action. Then he leaves. Tell me, Mangg, do you press the button? I will press the button. Interesting. No action can be performed without consequences, especially that which follows the noble path. Deal with this, noble one. So, we have to fight a ogre mage. I don't know if they changed it, I don't remember, but if you answer the other way, you don't press the button, you have to fight like a group of gibberlings, I think, which are weaker, but there's more of them. I usually prefer to kill the ogre mage. So, let's hit him with that spook. There we go. We'll pop on some Melf's minute meteors. It wasn't supposed to go that far. If I keep going left, there's going to be a group of goblins, and I don't... I mean, I could, but... There he is. Oh, rolling those nat ones. Dead. Well done! It appears you can deal with the consequences of your actions. In return for your indulgence, I offer advice. Seek out Relev. He waits for such as you. Offer him the release that he craves, and you shall find that the focus to your journey shall soon become apparent. Farewell. Okay. Moving on. Like I said, there's goblins. I don't know if this skull trap's gonna actually work. Alright, we got some. Oh, Melf's minute meteors wore off. Stone Skin's gone. Stunned him. Beat him off. Beat him off! Yeah! Okay. Disable auto haste. Why is my auto hasted? I did turn on a tweak that increases my movement speed outside of combat by 50%. Just because it makes moving through the game faster. I wonder if that's what they're referring to. I'll assume so. It doesn't seem like my spell casting or anything faster. Alright. Let's put on mirror image. Through here, we should fight a Mephit. Sure enough, blinded me. Hit it with that magic missile. Done. There should be another one. There it is. 8 damage. Ooh. These little health bars I don't remember from the original. That's definitely new. Originally you had to like mouse over the target to see how much health it had. I kind of like the health bars. That's nice. That's sort of a quality of life thing. So through that door is Relev, who the genie told us to check out. We don't actually need to talk to him yet until we have the thing we need, so we'll leave it. Now up here there's going to be some goblins. And I mean, that's just from playing the game. It's sort of cheap, I guess, but... Oh, actually, that's not the door to Relev. That's the door to Relev. I know what's through that other door. Come on. Come on! Alright, fuck it. Okay. I'll rest. Okay. So in this room we have 2 more clay golems. These should be easier to kill. At least I remember them being easier to kill. Yeah, these are lesser clay golems. So he did 16 crushing damage to me with 1 hit, but fortunately they don't start attacking immediately, so we're okay. And they give 2,000 XP, so I almost always try to kill these guys if I can. Oh, oh, see ya. Yeah, easy 4,000 XP. You can just rest and you're good to go. I mean, it's good stuff. This first dungeon should really not offer any great difficulties to us. Okay, I didn't remember exactly where they were. Well, we found them. Not how I wanted to. Yep, shit. Alright. They were further up than I thought. Right after I said, they shouldn't offer any difficulties. Okay. Ooh. it's not looking good. I mean, we put him to sleep, but it's not gonna last forever. Problem is my strength isn't great, so my quarterstaff's not super viable. Okay. Ah, fuck it. I got spells to spare.
To battle and victory!
Come on. There you go. Alright. Good. Alright. Now, this next room can be one of the trickier ones. There's a group of, not dwarves per se, Durger, that want our hide. So,
Yes, consider it done.
they're gonna reposition, and we're gonna fucking launch a trap right in there. That was good. How about another one? He took a lot of fucking damage. Be alert, laddies, we've got company! Ho, prisoners! You've come to the wrong place, I tell you true. Ilyich and his boys will stop you. All that stand in my way shall fall. At 'em, lads, no mercy! Yeah, we can't talk our way out of it, so it doesn't matter. This fucking method coming out of nowhere. Fuck, that sucked. Shit. Oh, I didn't get stunned, didn't get anything. Yep, that sucked. Where the fuck did that method come from? God damn. I don't think it's actually here. I don't remember that method being there. Does it appear once you talk to Ilyich? Oh, there it is. Come on. Come on. Dude, you son of a shit biscuit. Ah, damn it. Sucks. Better to get him out of the way, though. Okay. Try this again. Do some more cheese. Oh, there we go. Okay, how about an acid arrow in your face? Alright, now we want to get a bit more defensive. Fuck. Okay, good. Now plop him with this shit. Ow! Boom! Skull trap, baby. Shit. There we go. Oh yeah, run. Run for cover. Yeah, you drop some pretty major death as a spellcaster in this game. It's very enjoyable. Save versus spell my ass. Might actually die, but I have mirror image. I should be pretty safe. There we go. So of course you can pick up all the equipment, drag it all out of the dungeon and sell it, but usually not necessary to take anything other than the important items. Most stuff sells for shit. Scroll speed is so slow. That's a little better. It's still... What sort of hardware is that supposed to be for? Okay, let's rest. So off of Iliac's body, we picked up a couple things. We picked up this chainmail, which we can identify. And we picked up these acorns. Now, you wouldn't actually know this because we just found them, but the game tells us these are the Dryad's magical acorns you've obtained off the Durgar leader Iliac. So those will come into play shortly within the dungeon. Okay. So there is this locked door here. We can open it. Yeah, fuck, I forgot. I'm trying to remember exactly where you get that figurine. I have a hunch. I don't remember. I can never remember what's actually in that room. You enter like an alternate plane. I can never. There's enemies in there. There's something in there. I don't remember. I usually don't consider it worth it. It might be a sword. This whole hallway here is lined with traps. If you couldn't detect them, like we can't, you just have to know where they are. Basically, if you hug this wall, you're fine. And in here, we have a weird contraption and a cambion in stasis. So it can't do anything, and we can't hurt it. We can activate this machine, however, to deactivate this stasis, which we'll do. This might actually... Yeah. We can't set that up. But we can set up some other stuff. Not a super powerful foe, but it's the toughest thing we've encountered so far.
To battle and victory!
Really poor luck with my magic missiles. Alright. I don't think we'll get him with this. And our defensive stuff is going to go away soon. Alright, we did get him stunned. Very nice. Yep. And once he's stunned, pretty easy to hit. That gives us a magic sword, some regular chainmail, gold, and a bunch of XP. So I always try to kill him. Banan. So technically, you do not need to go this way whatsoever. This is we're not speed running this dungeon. But now we can go have a chat with Relev. Oh, more goblins. Where you come from? Critical hit the fuck out of that goblin. I am servant to no one. Who are you? It is difficult to remember. I was Relev. Dead, I think. Who is this master you speak of? He was my friend, I think. Cast out, and one of us no longer. I cannot remember. Are you to take my place? As a servant of this bastard you call master? I think not. I will kill him if I can. Strangers be ye. Ah, things have gone bad since I have died. Threaten not the master, for you shall surely perish. Driven is he, and power he seeks. Are you dead or living? I don't understand what is happening here. Neither. I am between. The master has forgotten me, not killed me. Is it true death you wish? You wish me to release you from the state of non-death?
Release? Yes, Master. I no longer wish to come back.
Let me slip into the oblivion that has been denied me, please. Call me, my friend. How is it that I can help? This unit that contains me is powered by cells, by crystals. Take them and I can sleep. Die. Again. Die at last. I know you are prisoners. Some things do not change. You must escape this place and the Master's experiments. There are others, like me, but of more recent experiments. They may know how the Master exits the complex. Will you take these cells to revive them and learn what you can in return for this path to freedom I have offered ye? I will take the cells and retrieve the other servants. Have peace at last. I thank ye. Go and leave me to oblivion at last. Okay. I mean, it's 4,000 XP for free. Why not? And here we have an activation stone, which is pretty important. Alright. So now we can go over to this door we passed by earlier. In it, we will find another clay golem, but this one we don't want to kill. Oh, we do want to kill this. Fucking methods.
A dangerous mistake.
I'm rolling nat ones.
Dangerous mistake.
Finally. Just die, you bastard. Thank you. Alright. I believe there might be something trapped in this room. Oh, we're full up on stuff. Damn it. Oh, it's a +1 dagger. So some stuff we can automatically identify based on your lore skill, which goes up as you level, based on your intelligence, I think. So if you right click and it says what it is, like that dagger +1, you're fine. Otherwise, you have to do something better. Where did I get all this shit from? Locked my ass. How about unlock? Alright, sewage golem. Master, is it you? You have given me no eyes and I cannot see you. Yes, it is I. Have you been performing any services for me? I have cleaned the sewage chambers and fed your guardian. Do you wish me to open the doors to the pit and begin my duties again? I do wish it. Open the doors and perform your duties. You have not activated my movement functions. You must use the activation stone. Oh yes, here's the stone. I bow before your will, Master. So there you go. Use that activation stone, and he runs off. I don't think we can... oh, there we go. Doing another fight here against a slightly tougher creature. An Otyugh in the sewer section. So let's prepare a little bit. My stone skin lasted all that time. That's pretty nice. That doesn't go away. Always forget about these.
Dangerous mistake.
Come on, dude. You have +5 to hit with this shit. They're goblins. Wasting all my stone skin mirror images. Come on. 16 damage from this goblin? What the fuck kind of weapon is he using? Well, let me save. Alright, Otiug's right in here, so cheese it a little bit. Alright, cheese it completely. I mean, that skull trap, dude, it's really fucking good. Definitely believe something here is trapped. Might be this. Oh. This is why you take the knock spell, though, because otherwise you'd be out of luck. Alright. Moving on. More goblins. Good, 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 good. You suddenly have a sense of imminent danger. Something here is not what it seems. Yes. Room is trapped. I believe there's a section of this rug right here that is trapped. And possibly one of these containers? Helm of Baldur. Pretty good. So normally I believe potions do not stack much at all. I think it's like they stack in 3s, which is terrible. One of the tweaks lets them stack up to 999, which is awesome. Just some quality of life shit. So the Helm of Baldur we definitely cannot use, which is a shame because it's like such a rare fucking helmet. It's just sitting here at the start. It's really nice though if you can use it. Thaco +1, armor class +1, saving throws +1, +5 hit points, protects against critical hits. But you pretty much have to be just like a straight fighter or a ranger to use. But we can sell it. Not done. This is the statue. This amulet, I wish I could identify. We really got to get that identify spell. But down here we find 3 naked ladies. Yes, help us. Free us. So now, who are you and what's going on here? We are his possessions, his servants, his concubines. Please help us to escape. How can I help you? If you can escape, you must take our acorns to the queen. Tell her of our plight in this creature's lair. Take them to the fairy queen who lives in the south end of the Windspear Hills. This will be our deliverance from this Irenicus and his dungeon. A name for our captor, though I still do not understand his motive. We are supposed to instill emotion, but he is barren inside. I'm not sure what he expects. You can foil his plans for us at least. If you take the acorns to the Fairy Queen, then she can regrow our trees and free us. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you. You must take the acorns and deliver them to the Fairy Queen in the south end of the Windspear Hills. But he has taken the acorns. He knows of our plans. It amuses him. He has left our acorns with Ilyich. Ilyich is mean. I believe I have the acorns you're talking about. You have done a noble thing for us. Please take these acorns to the Fairy Queen who lives northeast of the human settlement called Trademeet. We will help you escape. You must use the portals to travel up to the next level of the complex. This is how Irenicus travels. The portals are triggered by a certain key. He uses her key. He still loves her, you see. He keeps her room just as it was, though well protected. We go there sometimes and look at her things. May the forest always open a path for you. Yes. Quite a bit of XP for nabbing those acorns. Alright, so this is the room they were talking about, her room. We'll find out who she is much later. Once we step through into this room, which is very, very heavily trapped, even I don't remember exactly where every trap is in this room. Once we step into this alarm triggers, which after a certain amount of time, I think like a golem or two comes and attacks us. Yes, that's the alarm. Fuck. 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 I'm not gonna.
My casting has been interrupted.
Such a wicked poison.
My casting has
And I
been
can't cast through it. It'll go off eventually, but I don't want to rest. There we go. Okay. There's probably, I think there's a trap right in front of this chest, and then the chest is also trapped. Yep. Yep, just like that.
It shall be.
Yep, just like that. We might be able to nullify it with like stone skin or something. There we go. There we go. That gives us the portal key we can use to access the next level of the dungeon.
Assistance with my wounds.
But so the pommel jewel is for a sword, I believe. So it's sort of useless to us. These scrolls are also kind of useless. I don't even know if you can sell it. We'll rest once I get to the next floor. Yep, I knew that was coming.
It shall be.
Alright, fuck it. Damn it! It's a very heavily trapped room. And even if you can see all the traps, you're still gonna get hit with a couple. So having stone skin definitely helps. Okay, now sometimes there's some goblins guarding this portal. Yep. I don't know. Sometimes there isn't. I never know what triggers it.
To battle and victory!
I'm gonna die. Nice. Just blow the rest of our spells. We're about to rest anyways. Oh shit! Melf's acid arrow. Oh god. Oh, the acid damage. Alrighty. The thing when you're soloing is you can only take so much loot from this dungeon, and there's a bunch of decent stuff.
If you are not in league with the evil that dwells in this unholy place, Yoshimo begs your assistance.
Who calls? Excuse my mistrust, but this is quite a hellish mess I'm into here. I share your sentiments. I have seen much here that has disturbed me. I myself am a warrior with no evil intentions. Please, I would welcome any assistance you might offer. How did you come to be here? It is actually quite embarrassing. My profession does not leave itself open to those who are not wary, yet somehow I was caught unaware. I came to Athkatla years ago from Karatur to seek my fortune. At some point I went to bed in my room at the Copper Coronet, and I awoke in a strange room with a very sore head. I do not know how long I was there before awakening. Do you think that we are in Athkatla? I am unsure. I may have been drugged when I was brought here. I may have been unconscious. Either way, I do not know how long. If it was the former, this place could be anywhere. If it was the latter, then I don't imagine that I could have traveled very far without noticing. What do you propose to do now? I do not know a way to escape this place. Perhaps we could search for this exit together. I do not think it would be wise. I'll be better off navigating this place without you. I shall survive by taking the wise path. Go ahead and forge the trail. I will follow your path once I have rested a bit. If you are ever in Athkatla and need some assistance, I reside at the Copper Coronet, an inn of some renown. First, however, a warning. In the next chamber there are 4 portals. Each of these portals releases little cackling fiends which try to kill me. These little beasties keep coming in through the portals. Perhaps if the portals are destroyed, one could defeat the beasts that have already come through. One more thing. You will find a wide hall before too long that contains several wands mounted on pedestals. If you walk before these wands, you may be killed. The wands are locked onto the pedestals, and you would do well to search out the keys and take down the wands before walking through the hall. Again, I say farewell. Good guy, that Yoshimo. We don't need him. Alright, and we're all good to go, but we're going to end off here. Next time, I think it's pretty likely we'll get out of the dungeon. I guess the big thing is, how much of this game am I actually going to show you? Because even only doing the main quest is, it's going to be a lengthy LP. I'm certainly not going to show you almost any side stuff. If you are interested in that, play the game yourself. It's definitely weird for me not to show all the main story stuff. But there are some parts of the main story that they are sort of open. You'll see. I mean, you'll see. It's going to be a lengthy LP no matter what. But it's a fantastic game, so I don't mind. My name is Mangg. The game you're watching has been Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.